Yep, you heard me right. I said it. Your only move as Hustle is the better chess, and for good reason. It goes without saying that there are very few things to talk about in the base game, there only being 5 characters and all, but there's still fun in minimalism, right? Without further ado, let's get into it. Your only move is Hustle, or YOMI Hustle for short, is a fighting simulator game that has 5 characters: the ninja, the wizard, the cowboy, the robot, and the mutant. Each one with different skill levels and movesets. So, to not bore you to death with all the facts of each character, I'm gonna do it anyway, I'll just say it. Kinda underwhelming at first, but since this is a fight simulator game, it has both single player and multiplayer mode. Single player is by far the best one. You pit 2 characters against each other, and then you choose each move that they do within a certain amount of frames, and you see who wins via these neat little health bars. But how is this better than chess? Well, it's because chess is lame. Chess takes up a lot more time, and you have to exercise your brain and predict stuff and all that other shit. But in this, you just choose moves and see what happens. But I did mention that there is a multiplayer mode, and it's basically just my description of chess.
So that means that the multiplayer mode is lame, right?
No. See, the multiplayer mode is the reason why YOMI Hustle is the better chess. It has all the elements of chess, but with one added layer. You see your pieces do awesome shit. The ninja can dash back and forward while a wizard is trying to burn them alive. The robot can dodge out of the way of a mutant's claws. And it's all laid out in front of you to explore, not just pieces on a board. My favorite out of the 5 has to be the ninja. He's fast, agile, has perfect range attacks, and is basically Naruto on steroids. See, if I put him up against a wizard, and he went full Super Saiyan and kept quick slashing into this poor wizard 11 times in a row. He also has good combos on his nunchucks. You can nunchuck, then heavy nunchuck, then nunchuck jump into your final nunchuck. He's versatile and powerful, though he does crash multiplayer mode. Next, we have the wizard. This powerful magic bearer has some insight on how to win a fight, without even trying. I forgot to mention that every single character has their own, quote, hustle, which is just an emote that you can activate mid-battle that does most literally nothing. But the wizard's hustle is him just laying back on a chair and just watching the fight reading his spellbook. Cocky and weak, but he's got a lot of power and magic. He has enough knowledge to summon, quote, spark bombs, which is basically just 5-hour energy's main ingredient. He can summon a water orb that will shock you if you go under it, and he can spam magic missiles from D&D. He's got a lot to talk about, but this has been going on for far too long. But you want to know what happens when you mix a gunslinger and an anime protagonist? Look at the cowboy. The cowboy wields a sword and revolver with only 6 bullets to his name. And the joke about the anime protagonist is completely true. He'll go full Demon Slayer mode if you get a good combo going. His attacks revolve around experience and counters, so the next time you're looking to beat up a wizard, look no further than the cowboy. You can use a katana, apparently. Well, afraid of AI? This next one's gonna leave you shocked. Most literally. The robot is a robot that can do a myriad of things for your service, or punishment. The robot has everything from optical lasers, remote bombs, missiles, and even an ion cannon. With how much is packed into him, I'm surprised he's easy as balls to play. He's versatile and functional. Using just one command grab, you can get rid of 1/5 of your opponent's health on normal settings. The heaviest hitter in YOMI Hustle has to go to the robot, though he can't beat a wizard. I'd like to imagine that this one is made via a wizard. The mutant, he's a cool guy. He's able to do animalistic type things, stuff like leaping, bounding, biting with venom, howling, and even spin slicing. While he may be able to blend you up a mango and peach smoothie, he can't do much else range-wise. His only good ranged attack is a venom spine that, you probably didn't guess this, poisons the victim. But with only one ranged attack, he makes up for it with being a 6th prestige chef in the wolf pack, having claws long enough to make a cassowary spit out their fucking water. The best part about the mutant is he hits like a fucking truck. And I'm not talking figuratively, he really will rock your shit. He will leap into your chest and back out with your intestines, hunter style, faster than you can say, my chance of being an organ donor is gone.
But what if I get tired of those 5 characters? There's only so much I can play before it gets redundant.
Well, it may be true that the 5 players are underwhelming for such a popular indie game. Kind of. It has a secret trick that not many other games have. It's called the Steam Workshop. Most of the time, Steam Workshop mods are just texture packs and redesigns for already existing characters and enemies to make the game balanced. But YOMI Hustle looked at all that and said, hold my fucking beer. There are so many mods in this damn game. But the thing is, they aren't all texture redesigns. Most of these mods are characters from either pop culture or people's own characters with their own entirely different movesets. The workshop is a magical place for anyone looking to enhance their gaming experience or completely ruin it. But the workshop in YOMI Hustle can be whatever you want, however you want. You can be Jotaro Kujo or Minos Prime. You can be Shinji from Combat Gods, or even Sonic.exe. The possibilities are literally endless. My personal favorite is the Britsh Police, and for good and bad reasons. It's got a stocky cap and a modern day police attire, a knife, and the ability to summon a cloaker from Payday 2. This is further enhanced by the quote lessons he teaches.
I did the thruster.
If you land his first, they won't fucking forget the next 2. The best part? You have a gun. The gun has 2 attack chances before you have to reload it, but my god, the Britsh Police suck at doing damage. While it's cool that you can suplex an extraterrestrial being and beat them to death, that rarely happens. This is because the Britsh Police is actually from LA. Is actually balanced, unlike some mods. But don't look down on the community for low damage output. You want a guy that can be really painful? A guy that makes you take ibuprofen?
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
Look no further than Colossus. He's a heavy hitter with a big-ass sword, and if you play your cards right, his ass is chopped. Which brings me on to my next favorite character. If you want to go pro stun locker and lose all your friends and forgiveness in this world, try out our Tucker. Tucker is a Madness Combat-inspired character with attacks that have a wide range, so he's good for long combos / stun locking. But if you want quick speeds and the damage of a semi-truck, then try out Minos Prime. Yes, that Minos Prime.
Die!
While he is slow, he hits hard and fast. So if you want a character that makes your punishment have some depth to it,
Prepare thyself!
thing is, he can be easily outsmarted by a character named the Soldier, and he's got everything a soldier needs to create in a crate for. He's got everything a soldier needs in a crate for some reason. He's even got a Markiplier special in his back pocket. He's got a shotgun and pistol, and to seal the deal, he's heavy. He's got $12,000 of US debt, 10 seconds, and a vengeance. Now here, my pal the Logan explains 2 major problems with the YOMI Hustle that aren't even fixed yet.
Okay, so this is my biggest workshop complaint. Or just my complaint of YOMI Hustle in general is on how unstable this game really is. It feels like the framework to a project that can fall apart really easy. And it does. And this proves as such because, let's say I have a character or some sort. I went to the workshop, found a mod that added this new character. Cool. He's on the mod list now. I go to play him against this other character. It crashes because literally every single one of the other mods that I have that adds different characters directly conflict with that singular one character mod that I recently added. It is so annoying. And another thing is that I think the ninja overall is just a huge problem, because I noticed that anytime ninja is put up against anybody else, the game is more likely to crash than you would put the robot against anyone else. Or just in general. The mods are just incredibly unstable, because if they conflict with each other at least once, the game will crash. If for some reason the texture doesn't connect, it'll crash. If you have too many characters loaded in your game save, the game will crash. that's my biggest gripe with this game in general, is just that it can easily just fall apart and you'll be less likely to play the game because what's the point if it's just going to keep crashing?
Get your shit together, Ivy Sly. So why should this matter? Well, if you're looking to make awesome sauce fight scenes and a pixelated game that runs better than a Switch for just $5, just pit two characters against each other in a random ass map to see who comes out on top. Or, the far worse option, going into multiplayer mode and having that random ass kicked. And that's about it. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and stick around for when I kick the login's ass again. Stay safe, and don't do murder.